Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the fall of 2025. This is for your Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. And my name is Debbie. Welcome or welcome back to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. So always, I want to check on all my notes to make sure I don't leave anything out. So Leo, this fall is a great time for communication, for honing in on your communication skills, for learning, and for travel. And the new moon is on the 21st in Libra, right? That is influenced by Pluto. Now, Pluto has just stationed direct. So everything that has been, that you've been learning about yourself is now going to be put into play. And this affects all of us, though. So the new moon in Libra on the 21st, again, which is influenced by Pluto. So this is a great time for your creative projects, writing, photography. I have my photographer friends out there that are Leos, launching a new business or a website, or even starting a podcast. So Leos, time to share your wisdom with the world. A podcast, a YouTube channel, whatever it is you want to do. It's a great time. We have the Ganesha deck, the Spirit Animals, the Tarot, and our Ascended Masters deck. So hello, Leo. Happy fall. How are you? This is the 13th, Monday the 13th. In the U.S., it is Columbus Day. And we have a nor'easter that came in through over the night. So, it's a little cloudy, a little rainy, but all good. So, Leo, this card fell out. We'll take it. Be candid. Card number 25. And just look at the beautiful green. The beautiful green around Ganesha. So be candid. Now, we just said that this is a really good time for enhancing your communication skills. And then this card comes out like, be candid. Get really powerful with your words. Not in a mean way, right? But in a very direct way. So if there is something or someone that you haven't been direct with and you need to either set the record straight or you need to speak your piece, this is the opportunity to get that stuff in gear. Be candid, Ganesha. And again, this is number 25. And again, look at the depth of the colors in this card. So you can also, surround yourself with colors, especially maybe you're giving a presentation and it's the first one for you to give, or it's a very important subject matter for you. So, getting those words clear for you. Sodalite is a really nice crystal to have in your pocket when you are speaking. And oddly enough, I don't have that on my table. I guess I probably should. Might help me to get my words out a little more clear. Let's see what animal spirit is guiding our Leo friends for the fall. Whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. Card number 65. And I love when cards come up. I mean, the coloring is not exactly the same, right? But the coloring kind of goes together. They kind of the mood of the cards kind of go together. So trust in the great mystery. Leo, what mystery is there for you? Yeah, let's find out, shall we? Let's see what the tarot holds. And this is, what tarot deck is this? This is the Light Seers deck. So we'll see what this holds. I used this deck for myself last night. And so, it's one of my favorite decks. The artistry on here is so beautiful. Now let's see what the tarot holds for our lovely Leos. Our heart-centered friends, the second of the fire signs, the first of the second section of signs, right? Fire, leading with your heart. But that doesn't always mean, people look at lines and they think fearlessness. Leo, your card came out. How fabulous is that? but it's really moving forward, having the courage and the strength to move forward even when you're feeling unsure, right? Tapping into that. So the strength, and I love that she has, in the traditional Rider-Waite, it is a woman with a lion, and she's kind of like taming the lion and petting the lion. She's got one hand under its jaw and one hand on its head. Looks like she's petting him. And this has a slightly different depiction. It's a girl. It's like a hippie girl, and half of her face is female and half of it is lion, and she has a lamb. So like reminding us, like, our fears are not as big as the lion, right? The fears are really, things are just, like the lamb. It's just facing them, and then, or maybe it is facing them and then they turn from the lion into the lamb. The eight, which is strength card, which is your card, by the way. 2 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So whenever you pull your own card, that puts you in a position of strength and power, motivation, right? So it's not going to take as much as it typically would when you pull your own card. That means your own energy forces are backing you and supporting you in your venture. And all of these cards, they all have, I'll show you real quick. We still have more cards to pull, Leo. Here are your first 2 cards, right? And then all of these cards coming up, they all tend to have like the same color theme. They all kind of go together. I love when that happens. Synchronicity at play, Leo, for sure. Synchronicity at play. Let's pull some more cards for Leo. So strength, the 2 of Cups, making choices that are aligned. 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So again, we talked about communication, clear communication, and starting a business or starting a podcast, right? And you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is an opportunity coming your way, but opportunity like anything else. Someone can present you with something, but like you have to nurture the seeds to help it to grow, right? 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 2 threes, which is really good. 1 card face down. Want to see if anything else wants to pop out for our Leo friends. So Leo, all of this is just kind of lining up with your astrology for this season. 9 of Swords. And for some reason, I feel like I need to pull more cards for Leos. But I think we're good here. On the root of the deck, 8 of Cups. Water energy. So whatever is on the root of the deck, that is the root of your reading. 8 of Cups. This is generally depicted as walking away from something. But I also kind of feel like it's walking towards, and we could look at it both ways. It is, swords are double-edged, right? It is a double-edged sword. When we walk away from something, we automatically walk towards something new. But most readers will say, it's time to leave a situation, and it could very well be. But she is also walking. This is the shoreline, and she's walking to the sunrise. She's walking towards the sun, towards the illumination, towards the things that are going to give her clarity. What do you think, Leo? What do you think? Let's see what we have here. We have 2 cards face down. 8 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. Okay. 3 of Wands. So let's get into this. Strength, 2 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I don't get the feeling that your voice has been quelled or quieted, but I do get the feeling or the sensation, Leo, that maybe you have had partnerships that have not worked out for you, and it's taking a lot to trust a new partnership. And this is probably a business partnership. I don't feel, it could be a friendship. I feel like this is a business partnership. And look, this is not exactly what the cards are saying. This is what is coming up for me. Because you're moving towards finding your inner strength, realizing that the fear is not as great as it is in our minds, right? When you start to face it, then this big lion again turns into this little baby lamb. You know, she's got her heart, she's got the infinity symbol here. So strength is part of your inherent personality or persona or your gifts that you're carrying through this lifetime. Again, whether it is your sun, moon, rising, or your Venus, right? She's not afraid to show her heart, which is probably something you're overcoming with the 9 of Swords. 2 of Cups, making choices that are aligned, that feel comfortable, that are coming from a place of not only intuition, but from a place of a safe, the word safe heart is coming up, where you feel secure in your heart, which may not have always been the case. Ace of Pentacles, like always, new opportunities. And these could be opportunities that are presented to you, which is generally the tone of aces. But this could also be an opportunity that comes to you in your intuition, maybe not from a person that you know, but from your intuition. We're going to go back to being candid, speaking your truth. So if you're not telling people like what your gifts are or what you're doing or what your passions are, or what kind of podcast or business you want to start, maybe it's time to speak about that. And from that, opportunity will present itself. 3 of Pentacles, you're gathering a community of people who want to help to see you succeed. This is a success card. Then you have the 8 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. So for some of our dear Leo friends, have you been holding yourself back? I'm going to come into the 9 of Swords. Have you been holding yourself back from moving in towards your passions, for going for the dream, for believing that the dream is available to you? 3 of Wands. Wands, is fire. You are a fire sign. And so you're right. It feels like some of you are on the edge of making that step. You have the 8 of Swords. Like you can see, actually, here's her without her blindfold, and she's looking at where she has held herself back, where she didn't trust her own intuition. And the 2 of Cups comes along and says, your intuition is strong, Leo. It is very strong. Lean into that nurturing. We would not give you opportunity if it were not meant for you to see it through. If there's any, and some of you look like there's been some money worries. 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. Worried about how you're going to pay your bills or where the money is coming in from, or whether or not people are willing to pay for your service or your job, right? If you're communicating and you're giving a presentation at work, or you're asking for an increase in pay, is there a worry that you won't be recognized for your talent or for your skills or for what you bring to the table? You're getting rid of all this stuff. That's what you're walking away from. The things, and these are your own thoughts or your own fears. You're walking away from this. You're walking away from the sense of not knowing where the money is coming from, or not being secure enough to receive money. And you're walking towards your strength. You're walking towards a community that wants to help you to succeed. You're walking towards your intuition. And if it's going to feel differently, it's going to feel much different than it did in the past, because you're coming from a place of trusting the great mystery. We only know what we know, and we don't know what we don't know. The thing is, we tend to think that what we know is all there is to know. Does that make sense? And there isn't. There's a vast amount that we don't know. And the more I learn about life and the great mysteries in the universe and spirit and crossing veils and parallel universes, the more I realize there's so much more I still don't know, but I'm really grateful for the things that are coming to me. So, Leo, be candid. Maybe be candid with yourself. Be candid enough to know that this is not who you are. Things happen in life, right? Things happen all the time. People say things. Things are taught to us when we are kids. We overhear something. We see things online, on social media, on TV. And that can get a hold of us, but you're breaking free from that. And you're coming in to this great place of inner strength. You're moving back towards yourself, Leo. And just one more card at the base is 3 of Cups. You have 3 of the 3s. Right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Yeah, you have 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups. You have like the good 3 of the 3s. The only other 3 left is the 3 of Swords, which is considered like the heartbreak card, or where we need to heal our heart. But you have like the 3 of the 3s, and these are like the best 3s. Passion, community, enjoying life, celebrating life. Look at the stars above. Right? It looks like the Little Dipper. I'm not quite sure. It looks like the Little Dipper up here. So yeah, Leo, good for you. Trust the great mystery. Trust in the things that we can't see. Just because we can't see them or touch them doesn't mean they don't exist. If we only feel that things that exist, that the things we see are all that exists, we really shortchange ourselves and we limit our ability to evolve. But here's the thing. If you're watching this channel or any other channels that are involved with this, then you already know that there's a mystery beyond what you can see, what you can feel, and then what you know. So let's find your Ascended Master. What Ascended Master is guiding our lovely Leos during the fall season. I love this for you, Leo. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments or reach out. And if you have a personal situation happening in your life and you would like clarity on that, then reach out. My information, contact, email, whatever it is. It should be in the description box. Listen. Manjushri, listen. So this comes along with the card of being candid. This is all 5th chakra. 5th chakra is generally considered your throat chakra. It's the way you speak, the way you present yourself, the way you want the world to hear you, but it's also how you hear the world, and it's also your eyes, how you visualize or see the world. Right? We can see the world like this. And look, there's many worlds within one world. There is the world of pain and despair. There is the world of joy and happiness. There is the world of wealth and the wealthy and the rich. And there is the world of the impoverished and the poor. There is the world of abundance of health. And there is the world of those who are ill in their bodies. So listen to the world around you, Leo. It has a lot to say. Close your eyes. Take a breath in. Open your mouth. Go out into nature. Ganesha is surrounded by this gorgeous green. Go out into nature. Listen. Put your hand on a tree. Feel the energy of the tree. Listen to what nature and the world has to tell you. Not social media. But you can listen to this reading. Of course, it is full of goodness. But okay, Leo, that is your reading for the fall. Hopefully that has given you some guidance, some inspiration. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you like this video, maybe subscribe, maybe share it with a fellow Leo. And until next time, always I send you light and I send you love. Happy fall, Leo.